Hello everyone, this is Sivaramakrishnan, Assistant Professor, Department of International Business, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. In this video, I am going to explain about Indian banking system. In today's world, the people can park their hard-earned money in banks and financial institutions without worrying much about the safety of the invested funds. We all are enjoying the full benefits by utilizing the various schemes offered by various banking institutions present in the country, which our forefathers were unheard of. In the earlier years, there was no regular system which permitted people to safeguard the money and mostly used to treasure the money in their own houses. Let us see the banking system in India. The concept of banking system in India was developed during the British era. The British East Indian Company has to its credit establishing three banks in India, namely Bank of Bengal during 1809, Bank of Bombay in 1840 and Bank of Madras in 1843. All these three banks were amalgamated and the Imperial Bank came into existence, which was further taken over by SBI during 1955. What is a bank? A bank is a financial institution which is licensed to receive the deposits and lend loans to the needy. The banks also perform other functions in the form of currency exchange, wealth management, financial service, safe deposit boxes, and so on. The main function of bank, apart from receiving deposits and lending money to businesses and individuals, involves disturbing payments, safeguarding money and investing the funds in securities. Now, the structure of Indian banking system. Indian banking system has been divided into two parts, organized and unorganized sectors. The organized sector consists of Reserve Bank of India, commercial banks and cooperative banks and specialized financial institutions, that is IDBI, ICICI, IFCI, etc. The categorization of banking sector. In India, the banking sector is categorized into two broad categories, namely scheduled and non-scheduled banks. The scheduled banks come under the second schedule of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. The list of scheduled banks in India are further categorized into nationalized banks, foreign banks, regional rural banks, State Bank of India and its associates, other private banks. So nationalized banks in India. So first we can see what is a nationalized bank. Nationalization refers to the transfer of public sector assets to be operated or owned by the state or central government. In India, the banks which were previously functioning under private sector were transferred to the public sector by the act of nationalization, and thus the nationalized banks came into existence. The nationalized banks, total nationalized banks are 20 at present. Andhra Bank, Allahabad Bank, Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Bank of Maharashtra, Canara Bank, Central Bank of India, Corporation Bank, Dena Bank, Indian Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, Oriental Bank of Commerce, Punjab and Sindh Bank, Punjab National Bank, State Bank of India, Syndicate Bank, UCO Bank, Union Bank of India, United Bank of India and Vijaya Bank. Next, foreign banks. A foreign bank with the obligation of following the regulations of both its home and its host countries. Loan limits for these banks are based on the capital of the parent bank, thus allowing foreign banks to provide more loans than other subsidiary banks. So foreign banks are those banks which have their head offices abroad. Citibank, HSB, HSBC, Standard Chartered, etc. are the examples of foreign bank in India. Currently, India has 36 foreign banks. Next, Regional Rural Bank (RRB). The Government of India set up Regional Rural Bank on October 2, 1975. The banks provide credit to the weaker sections of the rural areas, particularly the small and marginal farmers, agricultural laborers, and small entrepreneurs. There are 82 RRBs in the country. NABARD holds the apex position in the agricultural and rural development. Next, Associate Banks of State Bank of India. On 1st April 2017, SBI merged with 5 of its associate banks and one other bank. This brought into SBI the 50th largest banks in the world. These associate banks included State Bank of Jaipur, Bikaner, Mysore, Travancore, Hyderabad and Patiala. The sixth bank was the Bharati Mahila Bank. Although the banks were merged, the shares of this associate were termed as individual entities. Next, list of public sector banks in India 2020. As we know, 10 public sector banks were merged with 4 big public sector banks on 30th August 2019. So now the number of public sector banks in India reduced to 12. That is Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, Canara Bank, Central Bank of India, Indian Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, Punjab and Sindh Bank, Punjab National Bank, State Bank of India, UCO Bank and Union Bank of India. Next, these are the private sector's banks in 2020. Axis Bank, Bandhan Bank, CSB Bank, that is Catholic Syrian Bank, City Union Bank, DCB Bank, Dhanalakshmi Bank, Federal Bank, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, IndusInd Bank, IDFC First Bank, Jammu and Kashmir Bank, Karnataka Bank, Karur Vysya Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Lakshmi Vilas Bank, Nainital Bank, RBL Bank, South Indian Bank, Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank, Yes Bank and IDBI Bank. Next, Cooperative Bank. Cooperative Bank was set up by passing a Cooperative Act in 1904. They are organized and managed on the principle of cooperation and mutual help. The main objective of Cooperative Bank is to provide rural credit. The Cooperative Bank in India play an important role even today in rural cooperative financing. The enactment of Cooperative Credit Society Act 1904, however, gave the real impetus to the movement. The Cooperative Credit Societies Act 1904 was amended in 1912 with a view to broad basing it to enable organization of non-credit societies. Name of some cooperative banks in India are Andhra Pradesh State Cooperative Bank Limited, the Bihar State Cooperative Bank Limited, Chhattisgarh Rajya Sahakari Bank Maryadit, the Gujarat State Cooperative Bank and Haryana Rajya Sahakari Bank Limited. Thank you.